foul. That was absolutely ridiculous.
The Boston Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
Up on down. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Red Sox win the World Series.
I don't know. It's tough. Tom's up there, man.
Beantown.
What's up, Boston Bruins? Boston Bruins.
What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Jesse Almeida here on YouTube and from Beantown Takes. We're back again with another video, and we're back with a Bruins video finally. We are reacting to Zolak and Bertrand. Will the Bruins deal at the trade deadline? It's trade deadline season for NHL 2. We've been talking about the Celtics trade deadline, what they're going to do at the deadline, and now it's time to talk about what the Bruins should do at the trade deadline. The Bruins right now are the best team in NHL right now. They've had some slumps here and there, so what should the Bruins improve on going into the trade deadline? Let's take a look at their lines right now. First line, Marchand, Coyle, Pastrnak. Now, for me, right, I would like to see a better center on this team. I mean, they've been fine with Coyle at the first line center, but I think they could do better. Not a knock on Coyle. He's been doing great this season, but I think if they have the pieces, if they have the tools in order to get a number one line center, I think they could definitely go out and do that. And Frederick's been great. I don't know if they really need a right winger, unless you want to move Frederick to the left wing and then slot yourself in another right wing. I could see them doing that. If you want to get really small, definitely a fourth line right winger. I think for the most part they need wingers. I think their defense is pretty good right now. Grizzlick and McAvoy, Lindholm and Carlo, Forbert and Witherspoon. Witherspoon's been great this year for the Bruins. Could they get another right defenseman? Maybe. But again, that would be a small move that they would make. It wouldn't be anything big. Cam Neely always deals at the deadline. He always goes for something big at the trade deadline. So I could definitely see them doing something. But I don't think it's going to move the needle as much, because they went for it all last year and they didn't win it all last year. So kind of in a corner with what they can deal with picks. They could really just say, screw it, I don't care about picks, and just give them whatever they want. And then that would get us a star on the team. That would be great in my opinion. I would love to see them get a star on this team, especially at the frontline center. That would be the more ideal thing for me. I think their second line is okay. I think if the Bruins are going to do anything, they're going to get another winger or another center. So we're going to react to this video here. Leave a thumbs up if you guys enjoy these videos. Subscribe now if you guys are new. You guys know what to do. Go check out our website. The link's in the description down below. Without further ado, let's hop straight into this video.
Bruins get a win at home, 4-1 over the Jets. 4 goals last night. They're getting plenty of scoring right now. Does that impact any of their decision-making at the deadline? Not that I think they're going to do much at the deadline. I keep going back to this. I think that this team is overachieving, and they are just going to let it be.
I don't think you get the top 6 score, right? Like, to give up what you're going to get that, and you have to look at it in its totality. I mean, yeah, this stretch is good for them right now, and they are scoring more. Go back a month, where they're not. And how good was Swayman again last night? 1 goal. What's bigger? Your scoring or the way your goalie's playing, as we've been talking about?
The way your
since he made the
goalie's
All-Star
playing.
game.
Well, I would say the story at the moment is the offensive output of this team.
Yeah, multiple guys.
Swayman's been a great story. Love that. Love that they're continuing to roll.
Well, I said at the beginning of the year, the Bruins' success is going to heavily rely on how the goalies perform this year. If they take a step back, this team is right on the border of a playoff spot. And both goalies have been playing phenomenal. So, yeah, the Bruins have been scoring some goals too. I'll give them that. But again, with how much you lost in the offseason, you were really depending on your goaltending. And that's what's been winning them games so far, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, they've been scoring, but, like, The goalies are the reason why this team is overachieving, in my opinion. Yeah, they're scoring goals, but I think the goaltending has a lot to do with it. You lost some good physical players last year. Hathaway, Orlov. I know Hathaway was a right winger, but like he's more known as a defender than anything. Because he plays physical and all that. But to me, the story's been the goaltending. They haven't missed a step. They haven't missed a step in terms of the regular season, at least. We'll see how they do in the playoffs, though.
Without Omar. But I think right now you've got to look at the way that they've scored goals and say, well, the pace is not dropping off. Scored 1 million goals lately. It doesn't impact their thinking about what they need. Would they prioritize, if, again, minor pieces? I don't think they're going to do much. They don't have much to work with.
Right.
So I'm curious about that.
I don't think you're going to see a major move at the deadline just because, to your point, you don't have your first round pick in 2024. You already don't have the second round pick in 2025. At a certain point here, you can't keep cashing in the chips, right? At a 2025 first round, like at some point you have to kind of infuse this thing with young talent. And I just think last year was such a different situation with Bergeron, with Krejci, last run with those guys. When you look at the core now, I don't think you have to necessarily push the chips in the middle of the table to make a move that is going to destabilize the future for the.
It really should be sort of a reset year to sort of get you back to where you're going to be able to acquire people. Right. I mean, other than bringing in Lucic, like, all their moves have worked.
It's crazy. The hell of an offseason for Sweeney.
Yeah. With no room to move. No room. Thought the only thing he could do was trade a goalie. No.
And a hell of a deadline last year. And if he keeps bringing in talent like that and finding it, what do you even need those draft picks for?
Right.
That's a good point, too.
For the future is what you need them for.
I don't think it's sustainable, right?
Yeah, I just don't know how many times you can clear out like that.
So you can have him pick another John Beecher?
I mean, is he a better evaluator of proven talent than he is, amateur type talent?
Who is?
Okay, so I say I'll answer that question. Yes, he is much better in terms of evaluating already proven talent than he is potential talent. I will agree with that. So that's why I think if they are doing anything, they would be willing to give away the draft picks. That's my opinion. I know draft picks are very important in NHL. I understand that. But the Bruins have not been good at drafting. They haven't been good at drafting. They've been good with trades. They've been good with free agency and all that. The only thing that they haven't been able to do is evaluate young talent. So that's why I think they are going to do something, is because they are good at getting proven talent. They're not good at getting potential talent.
Don't know.
Like, who is it, right? I mean, it's easier to evaluate guys that have played at the NHL level. Yeah, the harder job is finding who to draft.
Right.
Always. Yeah. But no, I don't think you could just pass on the draft going forward because your GM
can't draft.
Has had some spotty picks over the years.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think you could just say, well, we're out on that now. He's going to be a pro GM only. Like, no, you don't do that, and I don't think they should do that. But it's not just the last few games. This has been a trend that has developed over the last month, that the offensive output and the scoring chances for the Bruins have improved and gotten better. And the team has improved offensively since the start of the year. What's that?
And they've come from everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so they're not going to obviously trade like a pick from 5 years from now, obviously. Obviously not. They're not going to do that. But I'm saying 2025, 2026, I could see them dealing away with one of those picks. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're going to wipe out their entire draft and not draft it for the next 5 years. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying next year's pick and the year after next year's pick, possibly, I could see those two getting dealt.
Yes. Ludo disagrees. He still thinks they need a top 6 guy.
I think I agree
I wouldn't
with
hold
that.
your breath. That's what I would say about the situation. Don't hold your breath. I just still can't believe that we're now into the end of January and this team is still keeping up this pace.
Right.
For a second year in a row, they're just winning night after night after night. It's ridiculous is what it is. And again at home. Another got your money's worth last night at the Garden again.
That's going to do it for this video here. Leave a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed these videos. Subscribe now if you guys are new. You guys know what to do. Go check out our website. The link is in the description down below. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below.
These weasels.
That's the next video we're going to react to, actually. This one right here. So I'm glad it switched right over to this one. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What should the Bruins do? How do you feel about the Bruins so far? They've won some games, yes, but they have... Recently, they've looked decent. I'm not going to say last night against Ottawa. That was not a good win. 18 minutes in the penalty box, that's a lot. They still find a way to get into the penalty box. There are games where they don't play physical, and there are plays where they give the puck up away too much. But they played Winnipeg, good win. They played Colorado the other week, good win. They played Carolina, wasn't a good game from them. They were in it, but still, wasn't that great. Us Bruins fans have PTSD. We know this. Show it to me in the playoffs. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. I don't need to see it in the regular season. I need to see it in the playoffs. And then I will buy it. So that's gonna do this video. That's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. It's been your boy Jesse, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later, guys.